So, I've started the recording. Last time on our thief and warrior or fighter campaign, fighter-thief campaign, we saw Sebastian flee his home from the tree, at least. I believe he fled to the tree before. He was in Mon Mill now. He talked to a wizard for a bit. Started making questions about mithril and things of that nature. He also went into the hills to try and hunt down some hill giant hare for the wizard, offering 100 gold award for such a thing. Foolishly, some may say, he did this task and ended up getting clobbered, captured, carried around, but now finds himself completely unequipped, except for his belt and his clothes, running towards Mon Mill, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I have my clothes on, but no weapons and no armor. So my plan now. I mean, if the giant heads straight back to the thing, he's obviously going to beat me there. But I could, hypothetically, since I now have a much better chance of, hiding in shadows and moving silently. It's 50-50, which is still dog shit, but, better than nothing.
Something.
I think I'm actually going to make my way back to Mon Mill, and I'm going to head straight to the weapons shop.
Okay. You head straight to Mon Mill. You don't have any coins on you either.
I do not.
No. But you begin to head into town. You see the small houses of the dwarves on the horizon as you walk towards Mon Mill. You see the scattering of people surrounding what looks to be a town crier who is out. It's not something we always talk about, but from time to time, a town crier will be out there yelling particular pieces of information. This one is yelling, "Extra, extra! Hear all about it! Hear all about it!" And you catch wind of it, and as you do, you might listen for but a moment or two. The first story he tells is, "In the south, news of the slaying of the Rat King continues to be heard as Elred the Shaper moves and tries to solve conflict with the elves. He has failed, though, and the elves are still exiled from Wakeport." That news continues, then there's a talk. "Border scuffle towards the north. Lake division. A couple fishing boats clashed against one another. One from Southumberland, one from the north." What's up? Did you say something?
No, I was vaping.
Oh, my lord. I'm cringing, but... And the town crier talks about nobles summoned to the council to discuss plans for how to deal with peace. And then the third piece of news is, and finally, wanted, a man from the north, near Mid-River, committed heinous crimes, a serial killer. Murdered 3 people. His description is as follows.
2 people.
3.
2.
You killed the bouncer, your friend, and that person who had the horse.
Oh, I killed the bouncer! I
bouncer.
Completely forgot I killed the bouncer.
So you did kill 3 people.
As soon as I hear that, that description, not description, serial killer in Mid-River, I kind of duck around the corner and listen from a distance.
As they say a physical description, they almost to a exact T get your clothing, your facial looks. What does Sebastian look like, just as a note? I did roll for this already, so just give us a...
Tall, dark hair. At this moment, a little bit worse for wear, torn up a bit, dirty, but like a square jaw, average looking human dude. Fit.
Okay.
But nothing crazy, no like identifying scar or blue eye or anything like that.
But they get your general build and description out there in good detail. It does sound like you You would probably, if you had heard this wanted poster, you would probably be able to track this person down, or at least notice if you're talking to someone who looks like them. But that's the news you hear. And you do what?
I make my way to. Can you dye your hair with? You can dye your hair with lemon juice, right?
Lemon juice?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
I'm unsure. I've never tried.
I could have sworn you can do that. Yeah, you can. Well, it makes it. Yeah, you can get you can get to kind of like brunette from black. I was like, I had dark brown hair, but you can get to like blonde-ish, like dirty blonde from that.
Google it.
Yeah,
How would you know that?
Disguise.
Oh, you do have disguise. Before sun exposure, the acid juice enhances the color change. When you okay, so that takes a. So yeah, it can make your hair lighter, but it takes time. It's not just.
Is there any would I know of anything that would bleach my hair?
There are dyes you could run through your hair, but they're usually meant for clothing, and you look kind of funny doing it, unless you went darker. But
I mean going blonde.
Yeah, no, there's no blonde hair dye. You could do yellow clothing dye and run it through your hair, and you'd look it'd be like a pungent yellow though.
Okay. I duck around a corner. I take off my shirt. I kind of run it through the dirt to make it brown and dirty-ish. And then I kind of, with disguise check to see if I can try to, I don't know, make myself a little bit more hunched.
Give me your disguise check. What skill is that for the crowd?
That is charisma.
Oh, give me your charisma.
Plus
for
1.
Your disguise check.
D20 plus 1. Oh no, sorry. Plus 16 plus 1. So that's 17. It's confirming it's 16. Oh shit.
Jesus. A destroying pass. Okay. You dirty up your shirt. You think, maybe I should do it to my face too. You begin to put dirt on your face. And as you do, you rub it in your skin and I don't know, what else do you do? How do you disguise yourself? You help describe this.
I go to the market. I try to grab some lemon. I try to steal lemon from a cart. And then I do all that, and then I try to hunch my back a little bit, make myself feel a little bit shorter, and then
Okay. Well, you are certainly not looking like Seb. You look like maybe a beggar or some hunchback who spent too much time in the sun. You sit out there for about probably an hour in the sun with your hair sitting with the lemon juice. You continually rub it over, and you see your hair turn a lighter, not blonde, but a much lighter shade of brown, almost dirty blondish, more than brown, dark brown. Do you have any facial hair?
I do not.
Maybe you take, as gross as this is, maybe you head to a stable and you take a little bit of hair and tuff it over where your mustache would be, and you make a fake mustache with maybe some honey or something you can dip your hand into in the market.
As long as I look different enough, that's fine. Yes, then I do that, and I kind of make my way towards the magic items shop. Now that I'm disguised up a bit. Also, once I get there, I kind of straighten out when I walk in, so I don't look like I'll take my new posture and new way of walking around once I go back out. But I kind of just straighten up and try to go back in.
Are you trying? So you're trying to look like yourself, or?
I mean, I try to go back in. And I look a little bit more like my. Well, I'll just go in as I am. I'll just tell her it's me. It's me.
Need to do a different roll then.
It's me, Aaron, the new guy I've been rolling as.
Wenry, the wizard, the invoker, as she is described to you in her old and feeble age, will come up to you with her cane, walking. Hello! What was your name again?
Aaron?
Oh, Aaron, yes, that's it. That's your name. Welcome. What can I do for you, dearie?
Yes. I'm having trouble with the giants. With getting some giant hair. Do you happen to know any substance I could use to possibly knock them out for a little bit? An inhalant, preferably. Trying to just do it up close and personal, as you can imagine, is pretty difficult.
To knock
If I was
giants out?
if I was able to knock them out for at least an hour, I could feasibly take all the hair off the three of them that live in that cave.
There are sleeping potions that could do it, but they are wildly expensive. And the amount of herbs you would need to sleep a giant would be also quite expensive, although less, but you would require a poison maker or a potus connoisseur, which I am not such a thing. And they would ask a lot of questions if you were to require such a exuberant amount of sleeping potus, I assume.
There's no type of inhalant or powder I can use to try and knock them out, or
Again, there are
At least-
potuses.
is there anything cheaper that could pacify them for, let's say, 15 minutes?
A lucky wizard could perhaps sleep them if they were like a juvenile or an ogre. If they got lucky. But what you're asking for is far out of reach, otherwise many people would be killing giants with simple sleeping traps. They are not very smart, and would fall to those quite easily, but it turns out building giant traps can be quite expensive. There's a couple I've heard of, the people who will go out and hire crews of engineers and builders to build them ballistae, and then hire a crew to man it and roll it towards the giant's cave in the middle of the night, and as it comes out in the morning, they shoot the ballista through its head. Or try to, and if they don't kill it, well, that was a nice life for that ballista crew.
I see.
Yes. Where are your things? You had a sword before and a backpack.
In a giant's cave, they were able to subdue me temporarily. I was able to make it out and escape from the giants, but I guess they're smart enough to disarm someone.
Oh dear. I would tarry to think what they're doing with your things.
Yes, well, I'll be heading that back there post haste. Do you have anything that hypothetically could attract orcs?
Orcs? You want to attract orcs?
Yes, sip a diversion, as it were.
Money? A conjuration spell? What
Would you
exactly
be-
are you looking for, young one?
I guess orcs are indeed enamored by money. Would you happen to be able to make a conjuration spell that could produce gold fake enough, real enough to trick an orc? It doesn't not necessarily have to last that long, just enough to catch their eye for a bit, just so I can lead them off towards my target.
I do not have access to the Fool's Gold spell, as I am not a trickster or a huckster. There is not much. You go out into the plains and yell loudly. I'm sure the orcs will come after you, but they tend to have horses here and there, and if they can catch up to you, they will surely end your life. May I advise you for a moment?
Sure.
Perhaps, young lad, the adventuring life isn't for you.
Perhaps not, but I do. Some of the items do carry some sentimental value to myself, and I would prefer to at least retrieve them.
Before today, she looks up at your dirtied clothes and face, also a little bit worse for wear from the giant attacks, but you have intentionally made them look worse. This is difficult for me to say to you, but I will say it. You seem like a city boy, not so much of an adventurer.
Yeah, I was a beggar most of my life, so I did the odd job here and there, but never slaying a giant.
Yes, slaying a giant is quite the difficult task. She gives you a wink.
Not to you, I imagine.
Oh, never. I slay many giants. She kind of rubs her head against her hand against the counter gently.
Hmm.
Yes,
Well,
all manner
either
of large and small creatures bow before Winry. Eventually.
I see. Well, I do appreciate the advice, but I do need to retrieve whatever I left behind. And worst comes for worst, I can always at least try to sneak in and take it. At least that's something I'm good at.
Don't dirty up that pretty face of yours, Aaron.
More than I already
I
have been.
have needed a shop assistant if you'd like to work here for a bit. Sweep up, tend to the cupboards.
How much does it pay a day?
Oh, I could offer you room and board. Of course, there's only one room here.
Oh my god. Okay, Dirty, is the implication that I'll be sleeping with this old woman?
Is that what you've implied?
Is that what she's implied?
How would you tell?
Any affectation of, like, flirting, if I'm picking up on anything like that?
Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, but sometimes you're at a bar and someone's flirting with you and you have no clue. I think that's one of these situations where you can't tell if there's just actually one room. You can give me one, sure.
Plus 16.
She's looking at you, maybe with lust, but maybe just with, I'd like a servant. Could be either.
I will. You know what? I wouldn't. I would be staying in town a couple days after this, so if I do make it back, I wouldn't be opposed to staying here for a couple days, maybe helping you around the shop.
Well, my hotel is always open to you.
All right. And then I take my. I tell her,
you do know what they say, right? You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I thank you for your time, and I say I'll go retrieve my stuff now. I'll be back. Then I leave. Can I just come back here? I leave, and I try to go. And I head over to the stables.
You head over to the stables. You make it there. The stable master goes, "Oi! Your horse!" Points to it. It is still injured.
What's its HP at this point? It's been 2 days, I think. 3. No, 3. I slept one day outside, I think, and then I was knocked out for a night.
I think your horse had 5 whole HP?
5 HP left, or was it 5 HP total? I forget what we rolled.
I'm looking for my...
I'll add him to my henchman after this.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to name him...
Copperhead's Belt of Trollus Fortitude. Seb said he was David. No, okay, that's not it.
Clementine!
Just reading all my notes. I see 5 HP on the sheet that I had for last week's session, so I'm assuming it has 5 HP total.
No, I think it was higher than that. That means it wouldn't have survived the displacer piece attack.
It was 2d8, so we can just re-roll that and see what you get this time. And then you can write it down. Because I have a note full of HPs, and I don't know which is... Oh, come on. Really? Fine. Take a 16 HP riding horse.
16!
I know it was low, though, so we'll have it at, like, 5 HP.
Okay, AC of 10?
I'm not looking it up on the fly, but it's not high. It's very low. I will look it up on the fly. Horses. Riding AC of 7. So 13.
Oh, 7. Okay. 13.
More natural AC than anything else.
Sick. Well, I get on Clip Clop and Clementine, and then I
Clip clop. Okay.
and then I ride. I'm already at full health, so it's fine. I ride for the what's it called? Hypothetically, if it was a diversion, would I get advantage on my move silently check or like my hide in shadows check, or would that still be unaffected?
You would get the time from the diversion added to how long they're away. You mean they're looking at something? If they're looking at something else, they would have disadvantage to the perception check. It wouldn't give your skill an advantage.
I see.
Which is always your safety, right? Is that if you fail your roll,
we're still to straight perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ride off into the hills then? No?
Yes, I ride off into the hills.
You ride.
I look for the the hill people, like those like half giants people. That one, those two of them, the one girl and the one dude. I look for the girl.
Half giants. Oh, you're looking for the Verberg?
The Verberg.
You've never met the girl. He said she lives down this direction.
Oh, then I go for the male Verberg, and I once I arrive there, I ask him. Oh, and let's just whatever.
Verberg? Whatever. You see the roughly 9-foot tall creature. He's thick and has a large, kind of balding head with hair running down its sides and big spear, and looks to be a combination of hide armors around his body.
Hello. You probably remember me from previously, but I was going to ask you, do you have any means of luring a group of orcs to a cave in which I know an ogre dwells?
No, I do not. I doubt they would go near it. They know these lands better than you. They know the hill giants live there and stay away.
I see.
They tend to hunt near the dip, where dumb creatures will generally go in and be seen by all manner of monsters. The orcs are quicker than most, though. Tend to try and make their kills early on their horses and run away. Although, from time to time, they will attack on foot if you are near their hold.
Alright. Thank you, I appreciate your time. Then I head towards the direction of the hill giant's home. I know it's along a mountain, so if this is the mountain, let me just give you an example. If this is the mountain and this is their entrance, I'm kind of stashing the horse over here, a little bit further down around the bend, around where I think it's a blind spot or behind a rock or something.
So you're trying to, so it's a hill, not a mountain, so you're trying to come up like the opposite side of the entrance to this hill cave?
Yes. I'm just trying to, not too, like, let's say within 120 feet of it.
Okay. So
Would it be possible to stash a horse in that distance, like on top of the hill or
120
nearby?
feet away? You could do it on any nearby hill perceivably, so let's just, here. I'll just draw, there's like a hill here, right? This is their cave, let's say, right here. There's like other hills around it, right? So you could potentially, like, store it behind one of these hills, but that'd be pretty far away. You could do it behind, which would probably be the closest. Any other of these would just be super far away from you.
Okay. So behind...
Probably like 300 feet.
So I stash it behind the hill.
Okay. You ride up to behind the hill. As you are coming into the distance, you sit on a hill. You see on top of their cave hill is one of the giants. It looks like to be the male. He stares over with his club over his shoulder, kind of looking around through the plains, just drifting his eyes.
Okay. I wait till nightfall.
Okay, you wait till nightfall. Trying to stay out of its gaze, I would assume.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. That's not anything. Okay. As you're on this hill, give me a perception check as you shift behind it to hide for the rest of the day. You've been here for a couple hours. It's kind of boring. I'm sure you're just mostly looking out for any creatures that might come upon you. But apparently you're not looking in the right direction. Yes. You are surprised as you hear a creature behind you pointing something into your back. Go, "Off the horse, mister."
Okay, I look behind.
You
to
see
see
4 kobolds, 2 holding spears and another 2 holding short bows, all pointed directly at you. They're little dog/dragon men. They have large whiskers and kind of scaly, patchy skin with hair pointing out of some of it. They are about 2 feet tall. So they're really short. So they're just barely hitting you with this back with their spears. Hey, go off the horse, mister. Just one of them does. The rest are
I will let
silent.
you know that if you do attack me, you alert that giant sitting on that hill over there, and we will all be dead.
We have kobold holes. We will not be dead. Off the horse. If you know what's good for you.
But like I said, do you think you can fight me or hold me off long enough for you to not only take me off my horse, but also run away fast enough to get behind a giant? We are not that far away.
Once we get horse, we all ride together. We small. Get off horse. No more arguing. Off horse.
Who will you leave behind?
Pokes the spear into your back deeper.
Okay. I understand. Quick question. If I not disengage, but fleeing, no opportunity attack on a horse 240, I'd be well out of reach of their running distance, correct?
You'd take an opportunity attack as soon as you run away from a melee encounter. Which you're in a melee encounter.
Without fleeing.
Disengage? Yeah, you could disengage if you wanted.
Disengage.
But just as a note, they do have their spears directly in your back already, so they might have what we call a held attack, as in, if you were the situation, you'd likely have...
Yes, they would have an attack. They could roll as soon as I try to do something.
Yeah.
So how many people have my spear on their back?
2. Other 2 have bows. As I said.
I disengage.
You disengage, and 2 of the kobolds will take an attack against you. They whiff it with a 4 and a 1, which is their natural attack. There are some modifiers in there, but they don't get anywhere near you. The ones with bows will take their 2 held shots. 11 doesn't hit you. Ooh, an 18 minus 1 is a 17. I think that might hit you.
That is it. I have AC of 5, no armor.
You get hit with a single kobold bow for 2 points of damage as it... How did you guess that? As it pops
I knew it.
into your back. It's a little scary. Maybe you're a fortune teller. You flee out into the hills. They'll take 1 more volley at you until you're out of range. Nope, all whiffs. You see 4 other shots of arrows. Pew, pew, pew. 1 narrowly misses you and shoots right in front of your horse. Your horse neighs and goes... And I'm going to need you to give me a animal handling check. Are you proficient?
Actually, give me 1 second. Someone called me.
Okay. I believe the answer is no, party people. I'm pretty certain he doesn't have an animal handling. Just as a note, as we wait for him, we'll go over his character sheet and talk about what he can do until he's off the phone. He has tumbling, which allows him to jump from larger heights and take less damage. Also, it allows some dodging ability in combat and a little advantage with fighting with his fists or any kind of martial arts. He has appraising, which allows him to... it says apprising? Yeah, apprising. He wrote down apprising. It's the same thing, really. But it allows him to garner the value of art objects, gold, stuff, things like that, gems. He has cartography, which is just map making. You're back. Okay.
Yes.
Stop.
Cartography. I can make maps.
We can stop filling time on the video because I don't want to edit.
Forgery, and my best ability, artistic ability, but nothing of actual substance in this fight. Animal handling, no, I do not. That is Constitution, correct?
Nope.
Charisma?
It's wisdom. -4 for not being proficient, as we usually do.
20 plus 7. No whammies, no whammies.
No whammies. As you fall off of your horse. You're pretty much on like this hill that was here. So you've gone from like this hill to this hill. The Giant's Cave is over here. You fall off your horse. Does your horse run? I'm gonna give it a morale check to see if it continues without you. You don't take any damage because your tumbling proficiency allows you to safely fall below 10 feet. Okay, give me just 2 seconds to see what our business here is with this morale business.
Horse wisdom.
No, that is not a wisdom check. Okay.
Horse charisma?
Your horse continues to run as he flies off into the plains without you. You're likely not going to go... Sorry, not the plains. He's heading towards the plains in this direction. But he flies off without you through the hills. You are pretty far away from the kobolds. You don't see them as you turn around, probably looking for them, but...
Charisma, to see if I can whistle him for him to stop, see if he's been trained before.
You already did your animal handling check.
Alright, that was it? Okay. Fuck. We've already established that we're equal speed with the actual giants.
Have you established that?
Yeah, I sprinted at full speed, and then we were keeping equal distance, but he just gave up.
If that's what you remember.
Fuck. If I chase after the horse, how far until he's out of sight?
Just declare how long you want to chase after the horse for.
Let's say 15 minutes.
You chase him for 15 minutes. It goes for about 3 minutes before he crests a hill in front of you as you're running up this next one. And then you're like, shit, he's down below the hill. And you continue to see him, but he's like 2 hills ahead of you by the 5-minute mark. Do you continue?
Yeah, sure, for another 5 minutes, sure.
Okay. See if this horse...
When will he stop?
When will he stop?
When would he stop?
When he rolls a morale check. Okay, you continue for 2 more minutes. Another flight of distance is put between the two of you. Do you continue?
I said 5 minutes, yeah.
Another 5, you're saying?
Yeah, as I said earlier. I said
okay.
2.
Cool. It continues. Oh, God, Nahum.
So, for every minute you're rolling, correct?
I'm rolling not for every minute, no. I'm rolling for every 2 minutes.
So 6 minutes then, fine.
Okay. At the 10-minute mark, the horse will ninny and you see it rear off in the distance. It's getting close to where you can now catch it. You run up to it. Can I get another animal handling check to approach the horse as it is spooked right now, but it has stopped running? Which is a d20 minus 4 plus your wisdom. Oof. The horse kind of avoids you. It doesn't full out sprint, but it runs away from you as you try to approach it in like a trot, trying to spread distance. Do you go to like run and grab it, or are you gonna just like...
I try to grab it one last time.
Okay, you burst forward towards it. Give me a strength check to try and grab onto the horse's reins and hold it still. Oof. You run with a burst of energy towards the horse. It almost rears back, but you grab its reins and hold on to it. It's freaked out. And it's continuing to try and buck around and get off of you, but you're holding it fine. The issue here is that Holding it does not mean you can ride it. It is freaking out too much probably for you to get on top of it and mount it, but you do have your horse back. Or that farmer's horse that you murdered, you have back.
How long will it take for him to calm down?
He doesn't calm down for the rest of this day. That's what I'll say.
Rest of this day?
Yeah.
Is there like a tree around?
There's like a large bush you could tie him to.
It's night already. Yes. I tie him to the bush and I try to camp out for the night.
You camp out in the hills?
Fuck it. I walk him back to Mon Mill. We aren't that far at this point. We've been running for like 20 minutes this way.
Okay. You'll walk back to Mon Mill. It'll be dark night by the time you return. Do not have an encounter.
I stable him, and I go sleep at the inn. I still have a couple days left in my reservation.
Yep. You go to sleep at the inn. As another day passes, you wake up. You can't afford food. Well, actually, this is the flapjack you can get. Yeah, like I forgot this was this is Fickelstein's flapjack pub or whatever we call it. Let's see what it's actually. Fickelstein's Freckle, where they give free flapjacks. Fickelstein will welcome you. Fickelstein's seeing your face. He looks coy at you as you now look very different in your disguise.
It's been a rough week.
Yeah, buddy, it has been, hasn't it? He looks you up and down. Give me a charisma check. You're like looking him up and down, and he looks a little bit too like, this guy, you know, he's got something on his mind when he looks at you. It's not just like a friendly like, hey, how's it going? You don't look so well. It's like a, hey man, how's it going? That kind of thing.
Not well. I've been almost beaten half to death by
Aaron,
monsters
right?
in the hills. Yes.
And where did you say you were from?
I said I was from Luketon.
Yeah, Luketon, on the River Kryn, right?
Yes. I'm from a small town nearby, but no one recognizes a small town, so I say Luketon.
And what county is that a part of?
I have a cartography check. I would know that.
Yeah, give me a cartography check. I think that's int.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, okay. Roll.
Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure it's int.
I just realized it was as well. Oh, I know exactly where I'm from.
Okay. Luketon is in Fast County, as I recently figured out for myself as I looked at my notes. I thought it was.
I give him a super detailed description of where I'm talking about. I'm just south of Luketon on the main road between Fast Fen, right on the edge of Fast County.
Yeah. And who's the Baron in Luketon, if you can remind me? We're Finfast.
I would know this. I would know that as well.
Do you have like a heraldry?
No, but I thought, okay, I guess I wouldn't know that.
You know your local liege lord, but you're a beggar from a small Hoduk town. You're not talking a lot about who's the Baron of what. You know, you've heard names. You could give me another int check if you want to try and recall from memory a noble's name, but it's not necessarily going to be the right.
I do.
Oh, God. You'll answer with...
I don't.
You don't answer?
I don't. I'll say I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't go to school. I grew up a beggar. Traveling is now my only really means, so I didn't really.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for that matter.
Okay, that's nice. He pats his large stomach, flips over a flapjack, hands it to you.
All right. I eat, then I say I'll be back. I'll be back tonight.
So be it. He gives you a nod.
I leave, and I never return. Just
Where do you go?
Yeah, I go back. I get the horse again. I try the same plan as before. This time, I will, I will leave a little bit more towards evening, so when I arrive, it'll already be nightfall.
Okay. As you are, give me a second. As you are riding through the hills, this is gonna get wild. Or possibly not. You spot a creature flying through the sky, and you are likely full of fear as you see this thing.
Oh my god.
It has 2 wings with a claw on each. It has long clawed feet that's below it. It looks scaly, has a long brown grayish body, and the head
wyvern
of a dragon. It looks to be like 35 feet long, and it flies through the hills. Does it look at you? Does it look at you, Nahom?
A fucking wyvern?
Does it
really?
look at you? Does it look at you is the question we need to ask. It rolls a natural 2 on its perception check. It does not look at you. You see it fly, and fear goes over your spine, but you see it fly off in the distance towards maybe some other prey or maybe home. But the wyvern, as you have declared, flies through.
Realistically, I mean, even if I was fully kitted out, 0% chance of living through that. If I try to fight it, I mean.
I'd argue there's a way you could have lived, but it requires
fighting it.
Something. Yeah, fighting it would be dangerous. You don't want to do that.
Escaping. What was that roll? What was that roll? Was that a 2?
That's a 97 on the encounter table.
Yes. Fuck. What's 100?
First rolling past that, you get a dangerous encounter rather than a passive as well, or no encounter. So.
What's 100 then?
I don't want to reveal that necessarily, but I guess I can tell you because it's not a big deal, because you don't know when you've rolled it. It's Telkon, the Copper Dragon.
We have rolled that before.
Yes,
in the previous campaign.
We have rolled Telkon before. He's a douche. He will bury your head in the sand and then tell you jokes, or steal your pants. But,
okay. Well, I continue on, realizing death looms in these hills. At this point, I'm back up to full.
Okay.
I do the same plan as before. I leave my horse at the edge of the hill, and I look at the hill to see if the giant's is either scouting or if he's probably at home tanning still.
Okay. You see up on the hill is the female giant looking around instead, and she has a club as well that she carries over her shoulder. She's just looking around. And it shifts fully towards night. And what do you do, Mr. Sebastian?
I attempt my hide in shadows, and then my move silently. They both are passes.
Okay. You begin to sneak into this cave. You can't see a thing.
They're not tanning? I thought they tan at this time of night.
It's not tanning. That'd be roasting. Or
roasting, whatever.
Yeah, or, smoking would be the 2 types of things they do. You walk down the cave, and you do see that firelight as you walk in.
Do I see my stuff?
As you peer down the hall, not the hall, the cave, you see the 3 giants once again smoking some food. They're speaking in giant. You hear "Holga baga do bottle," and then the sun goes "Bog wabba wabba waka dog."
I thought one of them was on the hill.
Dog. Huh?
I thought one of them was on the hill.
No, that's changed as soon as night fell. They all got in for dinner. Sorry if I did not declare that to you, but that's what happened last time. But you'll hear the son go "Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da," and then the father will go "Wabba shabba dabba," and he'll point at him, and then he'll point at his mother and go "Shabba dabba doba," and his mother will go "Dabba dabba," and their conversation will continue.
What is this fucking Sims talk?
I was trying to simulate an argument between a teenage giant and its parents.
No, I know, but it sounds like The Sims like
It did get a little Sims there. I don't disagree.
There's seizure speak.
Caesar. Okay.
No, but like you know what I mean, like they're not speaking English, but it sounds a little bit like English.
Just a
do I
little
see
wacky.
do I see my stuff anywhere?
You give me a perception check. It's a good idea. 23. You do see past the giants. There are piles of things. You don't see your stuff in particular right now, but you figure maybe it's in that pile.
With a successful move silently check and move in darkness check, would I be able to move through the shadows to the pile of things and look through the stuff?
There are shadows in the cave around the fire. Do it.
I attempt to do just that.
You move through the shadows ever so quietly, trying not to be seen. And Sebastian, you make it to the other side where the things are. You see a pile of stuff. You see what looks to be bones and other various types of armor. A lot of it destroyed.
Any plate?
Destroyed plate. It's got big patches of holes in it. You look around this pile. You find your backpack. You find almost all your gear here. But as you pick up the backpack in particular, it's wet.
Oh, fuck. I check which one of the potions is broken.
Both have been smashed.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But the rest of your things are here. And what else is in this pile is a small opal.
Should I take it? Is there anything else of value in the pile? Anything that's still whole that hasn't been completely destroyed?
No, most of it is destroyed. You do also see, at the very end of the cave, a large chest, probably not made for giants, but jury-rigged to be one. It looks like it used to be like a large shipping container, but there is like a lock on it, basically.
Are there holes big enough to fit my hands through? Because it's like hastily made, or is it?
It's a regular-sized lock on it. But it's a large crate. It'd be kind of hard to jimmy it off, but you could feasibly do it.
Okay. Would it be possible to hide near the entrance in the shadows until they go to sleep? And once they do, I can try to pick the lock?
This is right by where they sleep, just as a note. Because the end of that cave, it ends, and there's that chest, there's their sleeping quarters, and then there's that pile of stuff in front of that sleeping quarters.
So is it in the shadows currently, that chest?
It's
Okay.
right in front of you right now. You'd have to walk over there where they sleep and to where that chest is. They're in the center of the cave towards that fire.
Okay. I try to
Do you need
pick
me
the
to
lock.
draw it, or do you... Here, I'll just draw it. So here's the entrance. Here's a big opening. Oh god, I drew a dick. Hold on. It's not. Okay.
I'm just gonna get some bullshit out of the way, just so I can.
Okay, so we have this large opening, and then we have... it continues up here. Everything just looks like a penis these days, but we have this opening. Here's the sleeping quarters here. And here are the chest. And in front of that is this large pile. And here's their fire in the center. Make sense?
Okay, so I make my way over. While making my way over, is there any hair left on the bed?
Is there any hair left on the bed? Let's see here. I'm talking about giant's hair specifically.
Yeah.
You see that there's probably not a full head's worth like she asked for, but there is a couple strands of hair from what looks to be a large giant that you might be able to grab.
I pick those up, then I make my way to the lock, and I try to pick it.
What is the success chance on a D100 for this?
30%.
30%?
So I try to get some bullshit out of the way?
No. As long as they don't count, I guess. I don't care, but yeah.
This is it. This is one's for the marbles. I'm declaring it. This one is it. This one's 100% it.
Okay.
It's not it.
It's not
I
it.
was
You
wrong.
tried to pick the lock. Now, this can be a matter of time. You can wait an hour to try and pick it continuously, but it'll take a long time.
So what's causing the shadow currently that I'm in?
It's a dark cave with a fire.
Okay, I see. So how about this? I hide behind the thing and I wait an hour. By the way, when does my hide in shadows wear off effectively? Will it wear off after an hour, or do you have to redo it every hour? Like, what's the rules behind that?
It's subjective to the DM.
So I wouldn't have like any implication, any inclination on when it will wear off.
I will say it's when the situation changes. So right now the situation hasn't changed. If,
okay.
say, the giants were to walk directly in front of you and go to sleep, the situation would have changed. If there was a loud noise, the situation would have changed. Some reason for the giants to be alert.
How big is the chest?
It's a crate. Like a shipping crate.
Okay, hypothetically speaking, could I grab it and still move silently?
Do you want to try?
Yes.
I give you, like, a strength check every round, and I need a greater success.
Everyone.
And it would take you about 3 rounds to get out of the cave, yeah, because you're trying to carry this thing without making any noise. So I need a 25 or higher on your strength for 5 rounds.
I couldn't even pick it up.
You struggle with the box. But that's kind of noisy as you fail to lift it. If you've ever failed to lift something, you just don't not lift it. Because this is a natural 1. This is supposed to be the worst. Not lifting it would be nice, right? That'd be like a minor fail. This is critical.
This is a move sound.
So you heft up the box and you pick it up from a moment and you're like, oh god, and then you almost herniate yourself and you drop the box down and a big clatter of noises. You hear whatever is inside shimmy and shake, and you hear cling, 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 cling. And you look as you see. Do the giants hear you? That giant doesn't hear you. The child looks to his mom and pa and goes,
okay, as soon as I notice that, can I run behind the bed? As soon as I hear the noise, can I run behind the bed?
It's just a pile of leathers. You can, like, hide under it if you want.
Like, I mean, move to a different position. Like this is the cave. I'm over here, and they're over here. I'm trying to, as soon as I fail to do it, and I notice that he's talking now and pointing at it, I try to move, like, this way out.
Which way? Sorry? You're trying to move out of the cave. Okay. You're relying on hiding in the shadows, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, you're not, because you said hide behind something.
Hiding in the shadows, I mean, sorry.
All right. Give me your hide in shadows roll once again, and you move.
Oh, I lost it?
Yes, the situation has changed as the small giant points in that direction where you are, and you see the large Papa Giant begin to walk over. That's a hide in shadow success. Do you move silently?
I move silently as well.
You begin to stick close to the wall. You put your back to it. You see the giant fee, fi, fo, thumb. He gets towards the back of the cave. He's taken a small torch and put it back here. He's looking around where the chest is. You're sneaking out of the cave. You make it to the main section. Okay. You make it to the main section, and you hear a "Fagabadaba," and you can continue, and you make it towards this end. The round continues, and you hear the giant walking backwards. And as he does, he looks down the cave, kind of peeking his eyes a little bit, but he does not see you. Then he goes, "Fagabadabon," and you continue out of the cave, and you make it out 2 rounds later.
Oh my god.
Quietly sneaking. You're outside the cave with less stuff than you came in this cave the first time with, but more than you came out.
I am 200. I should have left the potion with her. I am 200 gold poorer now.
Yes.
Fuck. All right.
What do you do?
Can I try to make my way back? This is risky as fuck. I already have all my shit.
Where do you go, Sebastian?
No, I'm still hiding in shadows.
It will change situationally as you encounter new things.
I do, yeah.
You're hidden from the giants as you exit the cave.
But now I'm going back in. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I get on my horse.
Okay. You mount. What's its name?
Clementine.
You mount Clementine, the horse.
Yeah. I make as soon as I am done, I head to. Is the potion shop closed? If I ride into town, I try to head towards the potion shop.
You head towards the potion shop. It's very late, kind of almost early morning as you return. You see off in the distance lights on in the town. Some in some buildings. Do you get closer?
Sure.
Okay. You wander into town during the night. Shit. You wander towards the magic shop. You see the lights inside are on above, but not below. Like in the top of the building that she lives in. It's a wooden building.
Lights are on. Okay. I knock on the front door.
You knock on the front door. Where did our music go? It's just really quiet, okay. Let's replay that. All right, you knock on the front door. You hear, hello?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, Aaron, how nice of you to come by. She will open the door. She's in a very loose nightgown. Her 80-year-old body cracks and creaks as she kind of stretches a bit. You've come to do my bidding? She gives a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like, yes, I got some giant's hair, not a lot, but only got a locket of it, but
that is not our deal.
it isn't. I will, yes, for the difference, I will just pay for the service I asked you for previously.
Yes, I believe I extended you a line of credit.
How much was it? It was, what, 10 gold for the thing?
Yes, I believe so.
10 gold. And how much is a locket worth of hair?
Let's call the debt even, and I'll give you an extra gold if you work hard tonight.
I just want a place to stay.
I just want a home for free.
Do you have no heart, woman?
Do you say that to her?
No, of course not.
Aaron?
I come in.
You walk into her wizard shop. She will invite you upstairs to a small bedroom with what looks to be a decently sized library. Not crazy, but with at least probably 100 or so books stacked on a couple of shelves. She has a small writing desk, and she will plop down in the chair and take off her slippers and go, there's some baby oil in the cupboard over there, and she'll point to a cupboard. If you could get to work, and she'll hold out her feet.
I wash up first.
You wash up in the bucket of water they keep for washing in their homes. She'll point to her feet and have you massage them tonight. Do you massage her feet? Is this who Sebastian is as a character? Is he willing to go this low, this level of servitude for room and board?
But my last place is in a gold and 1 gold coin. Sure.
You rub her feet. She giggles and goggles. Give me a strength check, I guess.
Wait. What, if I do it so well, I knock her out?
No, just for like how tender is your how well are you able to control your muscles, you know?
There's fuck. That's my least prideful strength check I've done.
You 33. You massage her feet wonderfully. She coos and caws. She oh, that is quite nice. Oh, Sebastian.
Yes?
No, not Sebastian. Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
Would you be so kind as to... She looks up at you. Would you clean the cupboards for me? What do you
God.
do? What do you do, Aaron?
Okay, I think we can make a deal here. I think I'm not saying this out loud yet, but I mean, I I ask her what's in it for me.
Room and board, of course. They're quite dusty. They need
Right.
some heavy work on them.
Okay. Yeah, is it possible I can get another gold coin for tomorrow?
To clean the... Absolutely not.
Okay,
It's hardly worth it.
okay, sure, I clean the cupboards. Oh,
Okay.
she sounds like she's doing it literally. It sounds literal.
You go down and clean the cupboards, and she approves.
Oh, thank God.
She gives you some duster to clean the cupboards with. You do that for a part of the night.
Now plow me.
Oh dear God!
Get sort of the innuendo.
You take the feather duster and you clean the cupboards thoroughly. She will go to rest, giving you a small blanket and pillow to sleep on the floor with.
Oh no! I examine the room to see if there's anything of value here.
There looks to be plenty of value. That book collection looked very noteworthy. What room are you examining? Her shop, or
like her shop, her back room, everything while I'm cleaning? I'm just looking. What strikes me as the most valuable thing I can do here? Like, can I do an appraisal check just to see if I notice the most valuable thing, or would it just be
let me speak. You look through the shop, and where usually appraisal would be helpful with art objects or gems, it's not with spell components. But you see a lot of spell components all over the shop. Nothing pricey like a gem that you can notice, but there's a lot of stuff here that could be worth something. You see some strange hide that looks to have something kind of like gleaming off of it. You see colored sand. You see a jar of spiders and other various bits and baubles. You see like pork rind. Weird and strange things that you wouldn't know how to appraise in the main part of the shop.
Yeah. How about in the back when I'm dusting?
In the back, there's more of that, but in large crates and barrels, just various spell components.
Was there any piece of art here that looks of value?
There's no art. There's the book collection upstairs with her, but you haven't declared you're searching that room. And if you do search that room,
I can't read, and she's sleeping.
Yeah, she's sleeping, kind of.
All right. If there's nothing else behind the counter, there's no till or anything like that.
Not behind the counter.
Well, is there anything under the counter? Like anything I see and notice, like anything that doesn't look out of place?
You've searched you're cleaning down there. You searched pretty thoroughly through the bottom part of the store. There's only the top left where you really haven't explored every nook and cranny that you could.
It's time to fuck the old lady. Just no, it's not.
You're going to have sex with the old woman?
No, I'm not. I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay, you go up and go to sleep. You sleep on the pseudo cot that she's made for you. You will rest easily and wake up in the morning. You see she is already awoken and appears to be out of her nightgown and downstairs tending the shop. As she'll welcome you to a morning, she'll hand you a piece of toast that she's made.
I eat.
Okay. Well, today's chores, I need the shop swept, and I have a delivery in town that I need picked up from the local market. That would be so kind of you if you were to go and deal with that for me.
Yes. Also, I'm a little bit worse for wear. Would you happen to have any clothes I could borrow? These seem pretty tattered and seen better days.
I have some dresses and robes. Not fitted for, she looks you up and down. You're like 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
Not fitted for you. It would not cover your calves. The robes, I mean. Or the dresses, if that's your fancy, but...
Okay, then I
Yes.
go in. When I go to town, it's like I go try to buy some, I guess, fancier clothes.
Okay, you go to purchase some fancier clothes. You go to the market, I assume?
Is there any type of while I'm there? Is there any type of dye or anything I'd know that could be used as a dye to dye my hair blonde?
Again, there's
Like a
dye.
bleaching acid type, not an acid, like a weak acid, like lemon
No.
juice, vinegar, stuff like that.
There's dyes that will turn your hair like bright yellow. There's no like blonde hair dye. You assume you could probably have some made by like an apothecary, but
Do they sell disguise kits?
no, not kits. You can put one together yourself if you really wanted to.
All right then. Well, I just yeah, I buy some new clothes. I change up to look a little bit different. I'm wearing a gray shirt, some nice blue pants, something to at least go better with the belt, so I look different.
As you're
And
looking through the market,
I also buy some new clothes. I also buy I look for like a balaclava or anything that can be used like that, and a cloak as well. I already have a cloak, but
give me a perception check as you're buying your last item, your cloak. In this market, there's a market stall in front of you. You're like, oh, this cloak is nice, and you're examining it. 17?
I'm still hunchback, but I am still.
You are not surprised, but they get within like 10 feet of you when you see the Fickelstein man, the large, rotund man with his apron, and flanking him are two town guards, and he's pointing at you, and you hear him murmur, yeah, that's him. And two town guards with spears and studded leather armor will approach you and go, "Hail! Man, can we speak with you for a moment?"
Sure.
They look you up and down.
I'm still hunched back a little bit, but yeah.
Yes, you are.
And my hair is a lot brighter than it was before. And that 20 on the disguise check, boy.
Mm-hmm. You did get a nat 20, but Fickelstein saw you before that. The two guards will look you up and down, and go, "This man says you appear different than before, but he says you match a description of a wanted serial killer. We'd like to question you back in our establishment, the guard post, the sheriff's office, if possible."
Sure. Do you mind if I finish up my purchases and head over with you?
Yes, we'll stick around for that, though, if you don't mind.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly understandable. Well, I did get my stuff. I head towards the guard post.
Okay.
But I do try to sneak my pick. My, 1 second.
No problem. We'll go over more of his things. He's got that disguise. It says disused, but that is a disguise proficiency that allows him to be more disguised, but unfortunately, he was not disguised as he entered this town. He's got forgery that allows him to copy and forge notes as though they were from an original owner or similar exact notes. He's got artistic ability, which allows him to paint and do that kind of artistic stuff that you might imagine. Sculpting and things like that are also possible with that proficiency, although a masonry would add to it.
Hey, I'll take a quick 5-minute break. I need to go move my car real quick.
Sure.